My Dark Twisted Fantasy. This is I believe this is Billboard. If it's wrong, I have to look it up. They named this the album of the decade by Kanye.
I saw that, and at first I was like, but I think I was just because they named something. It wasn't because necessarily.
So what's the decade? 2010 to 2019.
It has to be.
Yeah,
because that came out in 10.
Yeah,
it came out in 10. Yeah. You know what?
It's a great album.
I thought about it, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm mad at this because that album is really, really good. That album is extremely good, top to bottom.
I remember places in my life listening. Like I remember being in Chicago listening to that album with you and everybody.
I remember when it came out. The album is very good.
I remember the lead up to it with all the singles.
That was
the Good Friday stuff.
Good Friday stuff.
You know, and I liked some of those versions better than what I wound
Gold
up on
Chain,
the album.
Chain Swinging.
Yeah.
I don't think that was on it. That was a dope song.
There was a remix of Power that Swizz Beatz
Chain
did.
Heavy or whatever it was called.
That was dope.
That album was really good, man.
You know, but I mean, once again, it's an editorial decision and opinion, but you know, sometimes I got to take things with a grain of salt when I see, like, I remember Billboard. It was one year they savaged Joss Stone's album and said it was mediocre and terrible, and like they gave it Reggae Album of the Year.
Word?
Yeah, the same year. And I was like, I don't know
that flack.
I don't know who's writing what and who who makes these decisions.
Different writers too.
You know, I mean, the thing is, all art is subjective. If that's their opinion, it's good for us to talk about. But hey, it is what it is.
I don't know. That's actually would be a very interesting question, though. But
bathroom break.
But that would be a very interesting question in general, though. I feel like I need to hit like a whole bunch of buttons and shit. Like
I don't know, but this bitch regular, man.
Yeah. There we go. But yeah, like what would be I don't know, like if I sat and thought about what my favorite hip hop album from the last 10 years are, that would take me a minute.
Me too.
Like
that would.
I feel like To Pimp a Butterfly is probably up there somewhere, just because of how great of a body of work it is.
I would put that.
Bad Cities.
I would put both of Kendrick's
Yeah.
albums before and I love my Dark Twisted Fantasy. I love that record. That white. I mean, I remember listening to that over and over. I remember like when I drove back to St. Louis, I was so happy because I had a CD player in my car that actually worked, my old beat up Honda Accord, and I just ran that pretty much the entire 4 hours, just listening to different parts of it over and over.
Yeah.
So I love that record, but I mean, I can't put it over To Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah, I mean that's just a great body of work. I mean, I don't know.
You know. Once again, this is all subjective.
It's a tough one. I don't know. I don't even know what my favorite album in the last 10 years, my personal favorite would be. Like,
I'd have to think a lot about that.
Yeah, I'd have to really sit
I really
down.
like Deeply Rooted from Scarface. I think that's an incredible album.
Yeah.
It is, actually. It's a really, really dope album.
You know, and I guarantee you that editorial board who came up with My Dark Twisted Fantasy as their favorite album of the decade probably never heard that record.
Yeah.
Deeply Rooted.
Yeah.
You were sadly probably correct, sir.
You know, so
yeah.
there's been so many. I mean, this has been a good. I mean, people like to complain about music and you know where the art is going, but like this has been a great time for hip hop, especially I feel like in the last 5 or 6 years.
There's always good music out there.
Yeah, so I you know, I'm not one of those people that always wants to complain. It's like, oh, it ain't like it used to be. I was like, how it used to be wasn't as great as you remember either.
That's a fact.
So, like I said, once again, it's all subjective. It makes for good fodder for us to talk about, but you know, like I said, I don't put that album. And they're talking about overall. They're not even talking about the best rap album. They said it's.
See, I thought it was best rap.
I thought it was the best album. Maybe I have that wrong. But
I thought it was best hip hop.
You know what?
But I'm like, Kendrick
look it up.
has two better than that easily. I might give him 3 with Damn.
Yep, I agree with that.
I like Section 80 more than damn near all of them too.
Yeah,
so
That's tough.
yeah, that's not even an album. So
Let me see. That's a good point, J. Moore. Let me see.
don't forget about like Riff Raff dropped a really good project.
I mean,
In his yacht style boat.
Trippy Red.
Does Riff
That's
Raff
2
still
times.
rap, or am I?
I'm not sure if
I'm not even gonna name songs because I don't know any more albums. I'm just gonna say his name. Yeah. What about Trippie Redd?
The headline says Billboard names my beautiful dark twisted fantasy album of the decade. It does not say rap album of the decade. That's tough.
It is tough.
I thought it was hip hop.
Like Kanye West needs anything else to add to his ego.
And then there's that.
Yeah, I know, right? Okay, that changes.
Flying Lotus dropped some good instrumental projects that were really good that I like more.
Okay, that changes it because I thought it was just rap, and I was like, okay, they might have a legitimate argument there.
Good Kid, Mad City was 15th. To Pimp a Butterfly was 5th.
Can we look at? Do they actually have the list?
Got a list right here. So top 10 of the decade: Kanye, obviously my beautiful dark twisted fantasy, Beyonce, Lemonade, Frank Ocean, Channel Orange, Taylor Swift, Red, Kendrick, To Pimp a Butterfly, 𝐀𝐄𝐃, Musgraves, Golden Hour, Rihanna, Anti, Ariana Grande, Thank You, Next, Robin, Body Talk.
Where's Adele on
21.
Here?
Adele was 21.
21.
She was number 10 with the album 21.
Yeah. She blew up. I mean, she got massive.
Yep.
That's a fact.
What about what's that dude Psy? Remember he blew up with the
Gangnam Style.
Yeah.
Oh, they move units on that record. I don't know about that. I can't lie.
I don't remember the name. I wish I remembered the name of it, but there was a graphic that somebody put. It was a company put together. Okay. And it showed like popular music throughout like the decades, and it was like a moving video, so it like dropped people in and out of like the top 10 spots and all this stuff, and you saw Gangnam Style or Psy come up and just like, and he just launched up, and then he came right back down.
Word.
But like when you go on YouTube, it's ridiculous. Like when I because it puts the views how many times of it, and here's the first one I saw that had a B by it.
Yeah.
Like
that joint was.
People watched that video more like something like 2 or 3 billion.
That's
times.
crazy when you think about it.
What about Pin Pineapple Apple Pin? Pin Pineapple Apple Pin.
I don't know.
All right, so let's go ahead and
that's gonna be a no for me, dog.
That's an interesting list that they put together.
I mean, but once again, it's these are also all albums that had a certain level of commercial success.
Yeah.
True.
Critically acclaimed. Like I said, there's nothing on there where I'm like, oh, what is that? I've never heard of that person. Maybe I missed out on that. Like you put.
There's some I didn't listen to.
I mean, I don't know Casey Musgraves. I've heard the name, but
I didn't listen to Channel Orange. I didn't listen to Taylor Swift Red. I didn't listen to Casey Musgraves. I didn't listen to Rihanna Anti. I didn't listen to Ariana Grande. I didn't listen to Robin. I've heard some of Adele.
Yeah.
I know the Kanye West album, the Beyonce one, the Kendrick one, and the Adele one. That's it.
Yeah.
The Frank Ocean project is actually pretty good.
Yeah,
it is. It is. I like Channel
good.
Orange. Been putting out trash since.
How about that Taylor Swift Red? You guys dig that too?
I just think his commercial, like really good commercial
never heard it.
pop music. I mean, I don't know. Like I understand her following because she makes music for people who.
Wasn't she straight?
She's
100%?
She's a modern, pleasant white artist.
Like she's.
She's a bop. That's
probably
kind of.
She's a 2019 bop.
She's kind of gem without the holograms.
She's a 2019 bop.
Yeah.
No,
That's
I mean.
Great.
I get it, but like when I see she has like 2 Record of the Year Grammys, I'm like, really?
Y'all tripping.
I'm just saying.
I ain't tripping. She's
I get her following.
Bop.
I get her following, and I get why she's popular. She makes very palatable, easy to digest music for people who don't want to say that their music tastes are shitty.
Didn't she start off as like a straight country acoustic?
She was a country singer,
type
right?
joint.
That's
Wasn't that how she started? And then she transformed to.
If not, she's definitely got a country name.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she was straight acoustic country. You know what I'm saying? And she turned into a damn pop star. So
Hey, I can't front. I like that song she did.
She's
with Kendrick
crossover,
Lamar.
man. Country pop.
100%. I guess that's what we call it. That's cool.
Like Sally Myris.
So, no, she's a rap slash.
You say Siley Myers.
You know, they let her in hip hop for a little bit. She was rocking retro Jordans.
Who is they?
Jordan jerseys for a little bit, and then she was like, "No, I don't like what some of that stuff stands for."
She's gonna drop an album with Mike Will Made It next year.
He gonna be like, "Yeah."
With the Migos.
I saw